Hey.
Mr. Muffins. Will you take care of the recap for us, please?
Oh, I was waiting for if that's your real name.
If that's your real name. There you go.
Session 22. The Flickering Torch Mystery. And just like that, we're back. We pick up at the start of the next fight with another group of guards rushing down the stairs. The fight kicks off with a long line of bad rolls on both sides, finally ended by a particularly acrobatic guard jumping off a stairwell and seriously hurting Israel. The branded blades spill into the hallway and engage the guards alongside our soon-to-be heroes. Lots of flanking maneuvers are had by all. Israel takes another hit and drops, like a sack of goblin potatoes. A duo of blades quickly dispatch the assailant and stabilize Israel. The remaining guards are violently shoved off their mortal coils, and the group takes a moment to heal their wounds. The party continues through the castle, clearing the first floor and heading upstairs. They eventually make it to another grand room, and within find a lot of dead from both sides. A sage stands in the middle of the room with a couple remaining guards. Alvaro rushes into the room and just absolutely skewers a guard. Yep, a lot to unpack there later. The others file in and engage. A fire sphere joins the fun. After a few guards drop, the sage casts Entangle, and it is a very large area of effect. They somehow managed to entangle themselves, though. Turns out that wasn't actually possible, but it's okay, because that's how Pathfinder works. We misinterpret the overly complex rule set, missing all sorts of considerations for edge cases, and just wing it. A blade finishes the sage off, leaving just a couple remaining guards in the room. Van hits Levi with a totally uncalled for lethal barb attack. Levi takes 1d8 burn damage. Oh snap! A guard lands a hit on Alvaro, and they drop like a sack of elf potatoes. An entangled guard takes an arrow to his knee, thus ending his illustrious career as an adventurer. The last guard gets consumed by a rogue flame sphere. Ted's gonna eat well tonight. Leland rolls out the red fiery carpet, and our soon-to-be heroes regroup and tend to their wounds. Demirius hears the sound of armor from the floor above. More of something is coming. The group readies for another fight. Israel gets super sneaky and absolutely hammers a sage as they come down the stairs. An enlarged Demirius goes in for the overkill and slices the sage in half, literally. The remaining guards are whittled down one by one, but not before getting some hits in themselves. The group descends into courtroom dragon talk to the objection of no one. The last guard is cornered by the branded blades as our soon-to-be heroes move up the stairs to find another set of double doors. The party forms up and Demirius kicks down the door. Muffinita fires a long shot arrow and hits old hand. My god, there's so many typos. I really should read this over once before I send it to you wholesale.
Absolutely not.
Fix all of this.
This is Muffinita's direct thoughts.
And hits old Hank square in the back. The group takes in the throne room conditions, and oh my, the cleaning bill is going to be costing a fortune. I do not envy the custodial staff. Big Mo Demirius charges in and hits old Hank like a truck. Like a Ford F-350, built for tough. Psst. Hey Ford, hit wholesale up with that sponsorship deal. But just like a truck hitting something, the truck takes some damage too. Some skeletons emerge from the shadows, and Alvaro charges in and absolutely demolishes one of them. Black Hand tries to do some magic and gets smacked down instead. Demirius does not let up and cuts his damned hand off in a truly fitting bit of slashy. Muffinita feels visually violated and shoots a giant eyeball on the wall with an arrow. Alvaro discovers that a giant Tesla coil kind of thing is controlling the Duke and very clearly calls it out to the group. Israel completely ignores this and goes to attack the Duke. The Duke hits Demirius again and he goes down like a sack of Asabar potatoes. The Tesla tower gets hit by lightning and an arrow but remains unfazed. Alvaro moves in to heal Demirius while the fight rages on. They then rush to the Tesla coil tower and do something to it. This causes the Duke to return to a normal, if confused, state. Israel bum rushes the giant eye on the wall and slices into it. Demirius gets up and shakes the Duke back to his senses. Muffinita fires another arrow at the eye and lands a direct hit smack dab in the middle just as it opens again. A forceful shower of blood and eye pus gushes forth, soaking Israel. Our soon-to-be heroes begin to investigate the shadowy edges of the room and discover some totems that are building skeletons. As they try various means to break them, the now enraged Duke begins Hulk smashing the braziers in the room. Braziers? braziers? Anyone?
Razors.
That. In the room, which results in the totems deactivating. The remaining skeletons fall apart, and the battle for the castle is over. And so is this session.
Excellent recap. Which we take up at the end of the combat as things seem to start calming down. Let me find some appropriate music. I don't like that one. What do you, the party, decide to do? The Duke is still Hulk smashing things. He's now moved on to the throne that is already a bit crumbled.
So because I did not see any causation or correlation, I promptly turn around to the others and yell, "Hey, I deactivated this one!"
Nice.
I think maybe the Duke helped.
Now we don't downplay other people's contributions. It's kind of rude.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What now?
Helped rip me a new one, maybe.
I'd rather just go sit down. Is he still beating on the chair?
He is still beating on the chair.
No. Move my way over to him. Let's see here. How's he beating on the chair? Is he like kicking it, slashing it?
He's mostly just making the back of the stone throne, rest of it crumble backwards off of it.
Oh, okay,
Like
so
some
like
help. I still have a few minutes of my call lightning. I could hit it with a few blasts.
I'm gonna
Blasts.
I guess in the most acrobatic way possible, try to get his attention by poking him. Or tapping him on the shoulder.
Okay, you
And-
get his attention. He turns towards you.
Alright. And I'm gonna look up with him with my most diplomatic face and say, "Hey, are you using that?"
No.
Alright, perfect. I'm gonna just crawl up into it and just like lie down and go, and try not to pass out from comfort.
Miss, what are you doing?
Ah, no, I don't want to change that. There we go.
How long does your large person last?
Well, can't I just undo it at will?
Not with a potion.
Not with a potion?
I don't think so.
Spell-like abilities at any point, can't you?
For the sake of argument, sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I'm not going to say one way or the other.
Just drink a bunch of water, you'll pee it out in no time.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Well played. Well played, Muffinita.
Anyway, Demiris, what are you wishing to do?
Mega priapism.
I only had enlarged person for like 3 more rounds, so I'd probably have gone back to normal size.
Okay.
So Black Hand, right? That's his name.
Correct.
Colloquially. He's still looking dead, right?
He is still looking dead.
Is the eyeball thing still is that dead looking too?
That is quite dead looking also. It is gooping still onto the floor.
Gross. And then both of these braziers have been like knocked over, right?
Correct. Ripped from the ground and tipped over.
Can I go up closer to the eye to try and get a better look or idea of what it could be?
Yeah,
Do I need to do some sort of? You want me to do some sort of roll for that?
Yeah.
Probably a roll that I don't have.
Possibly. Let me think here.
Computer.
I would take knowledge planes. Oh, you can. Knowledge religion would work.
Aha! I have that.
What you can gather from it is it's some sort of undead creation that probably Black Hand created that took many bodies to create. And from what you can gather from investigating it, from your deep undead knowledge, is its whole purpose was to keep those who are believed to be hidden not hidden from any ally it might have.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's check out what old Blackhand had on him.
All right.
I believe that was a hand before you took it off.
Well, you search Black Hand. Avril, what are you doing?
Stretching. I'm leaning against one. I'm like, you know that thing where you like put your hands between like a doorway, you lean forward to kind of like stretch your back out.
Okay.
Kind of just essentially doing the equivalent of a fighting cooldown. I was like, man, that was rough. You should do that more often.
Muffinita, you're within range of spotting Avril doing this.
Yeah, I just lots of luggage. Gonna unpack that later. I'm gonna just move over.
You
to
did
the
great.
room
You
and
should-
watch
you
the
should-
door.
You should be good. You should be proud of what you did.
So I'm just gonna watch the doorway, bow at the ready, because there could be other guards.
Leland and Ted.
Let's go sit, Ted. I think we did it. It doesn't seem like there's anything about to kill us, but let's just have a sit for a second. Did we do it? Anybody know?
Yep. I
Did we do
mean,
the thing. We put away the bad. Killed
well,
all the
no,
evil.
no, that's Israel.
What?
You're the bad, right? That's like your new title.
Yeah. I am Israel. Put hand up. The bad.
Yeah. So technically,
did
we did.
Did we kill all the evil?
It's a kind of a metaphysical question, don't you think?
like
I suppose. Leland scratches his head, slightly confused. So we're hanging out for the more things to fight?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Okie dokie.
Oh my betting.
I'm gonna sit on my butt and stretch my legs.
That's a good plan. Make sure you get those hamstrings.
Oh, right. What? Ted flops down, then Leland flops on top of him. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice and comfort. This is why everybody should have a friendly brother bear.
All right. And while you I just sent you a list of things that you take off of Black Hand, Levi.
Oh God. Okay.
The Duke seems still slightly in a daze on what transpired, but he starts wandering his throne room, like investigating the fallen bones and Black Hand himself.
So, I don't know. Is he still within earshot?
Yeah, he's near you.
So, what do you remember? Like, before all this? great Duke.
He strains a little bit, trying to rub in his temple. Oh, I remember. I think the last thing I remember is meeting with that man in Relevant.
Oh, that was what, 6 days ago? I want to say.
Who's he referring to when he says that
You.
man?
You.
He points to you.
Someone got too drunk.
Yeah, he was pretty wasted. But I'm pretty sure that was at or about a week ago. If my math is right. Yeah, could you stop drooling on me? I'm glad you're having a good time.
You mean from like that first time we met with you guys?
Correct. Where we all had to sit out in the hallway?
Yeah, I remember that. Sounds like you guys had a great time.
Demiris did. In
That's a long time.
an absolute hammer schlager amount of time.
Like, wow. That's terrifying.
I'll stand up from, I guess, looting the whole corpse. And I'll ask, how do you feel now? Any lingering effects?
Tired. I feel like I'm missing time.
Yeah, that would be a good way to describe it. Do you remember anything in particular afterwards? Like anything that happened after that man and Relevant left?
I remember sitting down to talk about peace treaty with my advisor.
Just be clear, your advisor being the now deceased body right there.
Yeah, that scum.
Ah, okay. Just checking. Want to make sure.
Then it's all gone.
That's terrifying.
He must have known that we were here trying to suss him out.
Hey, Demetrius, you're an expert on forgetting things. Do you have any helpful tips on remembering things?
Don't you think I would have remembered the things if I knew how to recall forgotten things?
Did I hear that question from where I am?
Yeah.
I wasn't hiding it.
I yell back over my shoulder, "Bite into a lemon!"
Yeah, try that. That might be good.
I'll shout back, "No one asked you!"
I hear if you build a mind palace, you can remember lots of things. I'm kind of stinky at it, though.
Well, oh.
Oh. All right, buddy. You got to get down. Oh. Oh.
All I know is I am mentally exhausted. We threw everything that we had at this house of villainy, no offense.
Not taken.
We should probably go see about finding some branded blades.
About that time, about a dozen branded blades come running through, up the stairs and through the door.
Ah,
Well,
Never
it's
mind.
about time you showed up.
they're here.
And
Yay, cavalry!
They got horses.
As they barrel into the room, I'll yell at them that the Duke is okay. We got this, the floor clear. Or rather, the room clear.
Also, that
And tailing behind the dozen, Zurek Orgler Axe is following, which you will remember being the Grand Stable Master of the branded blades.
I will stand up at that point. For certain.
You hear a little weebly wobbly, but
Yeah.
you come to your feet. Zurek seems to be covered in blood. Could be confusing on if it's his own or other.
Boy, does that guy need a healer? I mean, couldn't be me. I was just asking. Never mind.
It's like you almost anticipated the absolute death glare you would probably get for saying that to him.
Oops, I forgot I was out of spell slots. I'm very, very tired.
He surveys the chaos of the room while approaching. He'll pass Muffinita and Leland and Ted unless unless they stop him to talk to him, heading towards where the Duke is standing.
I'd just like to point out that Leland and Ted and probably most of the party are also covered in their own blood, at least to match this guy.
As he's walking by me, I'll just chime in. Duke was under my control. No longer the case.
He gives a curt nod, says nothing, but continues on.
I'd heal you if I could, mate.
Walking past you, he scritches the bear's head and gives you a good pat on the shoulder. Appreciative, but keeps moving on.
By good pat, roll a fortitude save because you might collapse.
But Ted, he seemed nice.
Demarius, you're
Well,
over
everybody's nice
by
until getting their asses
the
kicked
Duke.
like Wade.
Do you do
Yeah,
anything or say
I'm-
anything?
Nope. I'm gonna let him say his piece.
Israel.
I can't remember if I'm. There is a salute, right?
No.
Or some form of respectful gesture. All right, I'll just do a respectful gesture and bow, probably. Acknowledge his rank as being the leader. And say, do you wish for a report?
I think current circumstances, I'll meet with the Duke. You've all served us well. Why don't you go find a healer, find a bite to eat, and then we'll meet in the morning.
Sounds excellent.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
And then I'll proceed to leave the Duke
Here or at the
stables.
A couple of the branded
Probably
blades,
had-
while the dozen branded blades start fanning out, a couple stay behind to escort you back out of the castle. Do you follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything you guys wish to discuss through the walk?
So, who's hungry for what?
Hold up.
What?
Should we have some sort of proof that we took care of
the necromancer problem for our mission?
I thought that's what you were doing over on his body.
Yeah, totally. Mhm.
Did you find anything that would be definitively of proof?
Do you want to grab a skeleton bone for the road?
No, I think maybe when we meet with the Grand Stable Master tomorrow, we can request for a letter.
Letter of
Should we have a-
recommendation.
And then maybe
What
have a
letter?
party?
A letter of authenticity.
Should we have a party?
Can we take one of those with us?
I'm sure his if he endorses it, it carries some weight with it, especially if it's also signed by the Duke himself.
I mean,
Considering-
that or we like take his hand, but I don't think that's really gonna prove much of anything.
It'd be thematic.
Is it black?
I don't know. I didn't ask about the hand.
Well, I mean, like, you know.
You can't just ask if a hand's black.
I just cut it off.
I mean, I can. If it's necrotic and it's black.
How
Or-
insensitive.
Colors are colors. Excuse me. I am a very sensitive goblin.
All right. Down in the courtyard, which you traversed through, you now find that it is 100% secured by branded blades. There's wounded being tended to by clerics, which you are brought to a cleric that is just wrapping up, helping a injured person. We'll start here. Israel, you get 22 points of HP back.
All right.
Leland, you get 30.
Ooh,
Ed gets 20.
very nice. Oh, I feel great. How about
Damiris,
Ted?
you get 20. Muffinita gets 28.
Oh, you didn't need. I didn't take damage.
Doesn't matter. They still boop you on your head. You just feel just as much refreshed. And Avril, you get 26.
That would overheal me.
You get it anyway.
I will. Okay. Does that just put me to Phil?
Yep. But the cleric notices more about you and asks you to stay behind.
Okay. You guys good if I stay here?
Yeah, fine. We'll be
I
at
think so.
the pub.
Yeah, let's go have a pint.
I like the way this guy thinks.
Wait, which? Isn't there only like one that lets us in right now?
It's
Well-
the one that's near the stables, like where we ate before meeting with the
The-
stable.
Didn't we eat at a bar down in the south before we left?
You guys got kicked out of that one due to bear wrestling.
Yes.
Oh,
I believe
enough.
the Compass and Rose is the only one that lets us currently.
yeah, the one where we all met up in our fancy clothes.
One you haven't been in yet, that's nearby, is called the Sly Rose. And it's close to the castle.
We can try it.
Yeah, worst they say is no bears, and then we make diplomacy checks.
Okay, Ted, you know the drill. Here's your tiny hat. You got to walk up
Right
right
next to
like
the library.
No,
Excellent.
they're not gonna let us in. Demarius rubs his temples.
If you guys
We'll
get
just
kicked
walk
out,
in
leave
like
a note
we're just-
for me.
For proper people.
All right, if we leave, we'll leave a note to tell you that we went somewhere else.
I feel like if we walked in, there probably might still be conversations about bears and not being allowed. Fair
Right.
point.
travel through the
That's what our
streets.
angle was last time. I think it was that it was like I was an entertainer or something.
You
Or
travel
Ted was
through
an
the
entertainer.
streets, and they're eerily quiet compared to what you've ever noticed for the nightlife in Osad. Except for ever so often you find the same wardrobed castle guards that you fought while in the castle being drugged to the side of the road or being heaved onto a cart of some sort. And branded blades are tending to the cleanup.
Oh, okay.
And as you approach the tavern that you're heading to, you find that it's a welcoming space in the sense of it seems that the Branded Blades has commandeered the tavern specifically.
Yeah.
As you enter, you find other Branded Blades eating. Some more worse for the wear from combat. But the thing that you take notice with all of it, that they're eating quickly before standing and leaving again. Back to the streets. You find a number of the tavern workers bustling about before you notice a Branded Blade talking with a male halfling at the bar. What do you do?
Okay, Ted, let's sit at a table. Nobody's said anything yet, so let's just sit like people, right? And then we'll order 2 points. And if anybody comes up to ask about you or about, bears in general or the, rules about where bears are allowed, that other garbage, we'll just tip the hat to them, okay? I'll tell them something. I'll tell them something about where to entertain us, and then you tip the hat, and then we'll buy a round of drinks for everybody because we're celebrating. And after that, I don't think anybody will care.
He tips the hat.
Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Let's look around.
Israel, what is it you're going to do?
You said that the person was talking with the halfling at
Correct.
the bar? I will probably just walk right over there. Hang on a second. What is he wearing? I'm assuming his formal garb and how many rings and whatnot.
He's not wearing his formal garb. He's wearing armor, but you find the Branded Blade insignia like on his shoulder, like a shoulder pad. So you can't identify any particular rank.
I'll still go over to him and I'll dress him, I suppose, his brother. And ask him if there is tables and food to spare for me and my compatriots.
He looks over at you, sees how you are covered in blood and eye guts, and goes, "You seem to have fought well. The Blades have commandeered this establishment to feed our brothers. Sit, and I'm sure food will make it to your table." And the halfling goes quick. "Oh, yes. The Blades are quite generous."
This is a tavern and an inn, or just a tavern?
You can't quite tell. You definitely can tell. There's multi floors to it, but...
Do you have a place where I can wash some of this, at least off my hands?
Oh, if you just go right around the corner, he points kind of to a hall off to the side. We have some wash buckets back there.
Well, excellent.
And he turns and goes, Nathan, go get more water for this goblin. he needs it.
Ale.
You're not going to wash an ale, are you?
They might.
No, probably drink the ale. Well,
Get him an ale too.
most excellent.
You know what? Can I get? Excuse me. Can I get a round of drinks for everybody here? It seems like we've all had a bad day.
Oh, don't worry. The place I've already taken care of the tab. We'll get you some. Just wait, please.
Well, thank you.
Demirius,
What? You know that? Very nice, Ted.
what are you doing, sir?
Sitting at a table.
Muffinita?
I'm gonna plop down at that table, cross my arms, plop my head in there, and just rest.
In a short while, heaping plates of potatoes and cabbage and like chicken thighs and like venison steaks. I mean, there's a lot of food that are served up for all of you.
Hell yeah.
Yum.
More specifically for the bear compatriot, they just bring like an entire cooked like boar leg.
There you go, Ted. This place has got some hospitality.
Now, if you excuse me, while you guys are eating, a certain caster and I have to have a conversation. Oh, I forgot it does that.
Oh my god!
Nope, you need to come back.
No.
No, you need to be here for this. Damn it, man! All right. The cleric that healed you initially, that took a specific interest, after your compatriot leaves, spend some time with healing crystals and whatnot, checking you out, before abruptly looking at you and goes, "Sir, do you know you're cursed?"
Like, yeah, I've been unlucky, but like, so is everybody. It's like, look around. There's been a war.
No, I mean an actual curse.
Oh.
Have you encountered any magic items lately?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody in the park. Like, I have this ring. There was a book I read a little while ago.
You have them on you.
Yeah, the ring's right here, and it's on my finger.
Takes a moment and examines it. Oh no, that's fine. What about the book?
Yeah, I think I got that. And I'll pull it out of my bag.
She examines it and she's confused, and she goes, "This book has magical properties, but..."
Yeah, it took forever to get it open.
She tries to open it, and it just opens perfectly fine.
Oh. Wow. You're stronger than you look.
Okay. What happened when you opened the book?
It asked me if I wanted power. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, who doesn't?
And after you did such, did you notice any differences? What?
I mean, not really. I mean, I guess I haven't. It was weird. It was like we just did the whole thing, and like pointing to the carnage around. It was like, it was more like, I guess thinking about it, it felt more natural to do stuff that I wouldn't necessarily be doing normally, Like, look at this, I got a spear now. It's like, I typically don't do that.
What is it that you typically do? If you don't mind me asking, I just...
Oh. Yeah, it's like, kind of like the stuff that you're doing.
Okay. I believe I can remove this curse if you allow me to.
Sure, I didn't know I had it.
It'll take a little bit of time, but bear with me.
Okay.
And she, brings you over to a chair and sits you down and proceeds to start doing her thing. And you feel, as the curse is lifted, you feel your magical powers amplifying once again. You can now revert your stats back.
Okay. Let me. So it was strengthening, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that is a 7 and
Roll a
cool.
Anna on this lady bro. Oh, that was a nat 20. Sir, what is your name?
So like, help me. How long is this taking?
It's
Like,
probably taking about a half hour, 45 minutes.
so this conversation is happening as it's like as
Correct.
the okay. Alvaro, we come here from a farther off continent.
This book, if it is the book I think it is, based what you're... Let me ask you a few more questions.
Sure.
Were you athletic before this?
Not particularly.
Have you been diving into athleticism more since
As
reading
of
the book?
late- yeah, after reading the book, like I went for runs regularly. Like, who does that?
Okay. This book, I believe, is the written word of a sorcerer who found great strength within himself, not only with arcana, but strength and dexterity and constitution. If this is the book I think it is, there are 2 more books out there. They're incredibly rare. I've only heard rumors of these things.
So, but that would be, but they're cursed, right?
It's cursed in the sense of, if you wish to expand on your abilities, it's an equivalent exchange. So when you read the book, you became strong as an ox. But bear with me, I mean this as politely as possible. You're probably dumber than a box of rocks.
It would explain why I didn't know that it was cursed. Doesn't explain why the rest of my friends didn't notice I was cursed.
Are they?
But that's not on you. That's on. I'll deal with that.
So you have, and if I'm correct on this, and she waggles the book that you presented to her, this is almost a glorified paperweight now. It is bonded to you. Obviously, it has literature in it, which may be beneficial to you. And she flips through the pages and goes, I mean, if you want to keep working out this is a great workout for your core. She points out a page that she has open.
Gross.
I see the curse is dissipating. That's good. Take it or leave it, obviously. All I'm saying is, if you find another book to the series of 3, you could expect something similar to happen. It might not be necessarily your intellect and your prowess, but it could be something else. Did you find that you had any other benefits and powers from it?
Yeah. It made me angry a little bit.
Angry how?
Like, I remember we were in the castle, and I was trying to do something, and I couldn't get it to work. And then I just got so pent up with anger that that's how I got the spear. I picked it up, and I just charged in, and I just started going to town, I guess.
Are you
And I got tired. Real tired.
Are you familiar with the savage tribes of the northern country of our country?
Yes.
They are renowned for their angered prowess. It's a boost of strength and constitution. Could it be something like that?
When you describe it that way, and some of the people that I've interacted with, it's definitely of the similar category. It doesn't feel like it's the same, but it might be similar, close enough, like neighbors or cousins.
Well, nonetheless, for Avril, I encourage you to be cautious if you come across another book.
All right, I
And she
appreciate.
presents the book back to you.
I will take the book, and I will put it back in my bag. I appreciate your care to point it out.
Horse warrior.
Well, I feel
Damarick watch over you and guide you in justice. Go see yourself a meal and a good night's rest.
Let's see if my compatriots have been able to stay at a bar this time. You look like you have a hell of a night ahead of you. Take care of yourself as well. Make sure you're plenty hydrated and rested.
She bows respectfully as you depart from her. So you know the party traveled to the Sly Rose, but it's next to the library. Do you make a pit stop?
No, not yet.
But you feel like the old Avril that you were once before.
Yeah, I will be going to the library afterwards, but I have to have a conversation with my friends first.
The Mage Rage is still unlocked for you.
Okay. Well, I'll have to figure out how the best way to utilize that. All things considered. But that's a problem for future me.
All right, we can move back now.
And the Pornhub music played. I was terrified.
That was fun, man. Thank you for that.
I hate it.
That's not what you were saying previously.
No, it was what I was absolutely saying the entire time.
Surprise! Thought of me.
I have a request. Wholesale, can you name the private chat the die casting couch?
I can't do that. That would be a gross misuse of my powers.
I don't understand the joke.
I mean, I agree with the gross part. But misuse? I don't know.
We'll go with inappropriate for sure.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But I agree, misuse of your power. I mean, who's going to
You
challenge
should
you?
also really get permission before you take people to your quote-unquote die casting couch.
No, I just rip people into there. Anyway, it's been about 45 minutes while you're at the tavern when you see Avril walk through the doors.
Alvaro looks mad. I spot everybody at the table.
It's hard to miss them. There's a bear.
All right. Alvaro walks up to the table, slams a book down. I was cursed and none of you noticed. I was running. Who runs?
Is that a curse?
To be fair, I opened the book. I said, "Fuck that! Don't trust that at all." Closed it, and then you wanted to open the book. So maybe we listen to Warp Priest when Warp Priest doesn't like the vibe of things.
I cannot believe all of you. Potions are mine. They're all my potions. You gotta get to Israel.
Until today, you just seemed.
I picked up a weapon. I charged people.
Today? Like, what do you want me to do about it?
It was impressive.
It did seem kind of weird, but I thought maybe you were just, going through a whole, healthy phase. You know what I mean?
I can't.
You're
believe
working
all of you.
out, you're getting, your cardio in. I thought it was applaudable.
I can't believe all of you.
Leland looks at Ted and they shrug at each other.
So, what did you
Wait.
find out about this curse? Are you still cursed?
No, I'm not still cursed.
We don't have to not fight another evil wizard, do we?
Is it like a bad
just did
curse?
Yeah, no, it wasn't one of those good curses, that comes with rainbows and unicorns.
I mean,
That's sarcasm.
I wouldn't say that all curses are inherently bad curses, but
Oh, now you're taking sides with the book.
oh no, fuck that book.
What book are we even talking about?
And I handed him the book. So I opened it. All right, who are the
thought
chuckle
this whole thing was
Who are the
really
chuckle
hard.
fucks who went to the magic shop?
I point at Israel.
That would be me and Damaris.
The two of them went to a shop. They got a stick that vanishes and a book that promised power. And everybody else tried to open the book, and I spent weeks trying to open the book. And I finally opened the book, and I turned into I turned into an idiot with arms of steel.
Listen, the book asks you if you want power.
Power. Wait. I'm sorry. Is anybody at this table not doing this for power?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the book told me I had no magic and slammed itself, so...
I was doing it for beer and friendship.
I raise my arm with a fork with a potato stuck on it, and then proceed to continue
Wait.
eating.
The
head
book
down
actually
hard.
said something to you as I look at Damaris. It just laughed at me and told me I was not magic.
Oh yeah, no, it asked me if I wanted power, and I was like, I don't like a book asking me questions, especially if I want power. That usually leads to bad things.
It is definitely evil book territory.
Listen, evil is subjective.
I want to tell you right now, no good book ever asked me questions about wanting unlimited power, okay?
Aren't you religious? That's kind of your thing. A good book asking if you want power.
That's literally not my thing.
Isn't people talking about how evil is subjective usually what evil people talk about?
Listen, evil is evil and power is power. The two can be separated.
Uh-huh.
It's what you choose to do with that power determines if you're evil. For example, the stuff that I do might be a little frowned upon, but I use it for good, because power is power and evil is evil.
I'm gonna lean over to Muffety and say, "What's a chuckle fuck?"
Oh, Ted and I are chuckle fucks. I'm not exactly sure what the parameters are, but we are commonly referred to. Is that a bad thing?
Yes.
I thought we were like jesters or something.
Oh.
Notoriously good people, jesters.
Well, I'm sorry.
Not just as bad.
They're not held in high regard.
Oh, I guess that's true. Ted and I never really been held in high regard either, and we've been just fine with that.
For what it's
About
worth,
this time,
I hold you with high regard.
Aww,
a halfling
we
woman
love you too.
wearing an
Give him a
apron
lick.
drops a plate in front of you, Avril, and a nice tall pint of ale.
I down it.
Oh dear, do you need another?
I please.
Okay, well, I'll bring everyone a top off.
Yes, please.
I like being able to choose when I want to feel stupid, not have it thrust upon me.
Demarius, that thing
Well,
you keep
for what
asking me
it's
to do, now's a good time. You have some downtime to look those over.
Wait. I want to know about this curse. What do we know about
Yeah,
it?
what happened with it? Also, sorry
All right.
we didn't notice.
All right. You guys need to watch your party, your friends a little bit more carefully. That's all I'm saying.
Will do.
What I'm hearing is that Alvaro thinks we're all friends.
Don't you just love it?
We all heard it here. We all heard it.
I love it so much. We're all friends. So it's sealed. When you guys are back in the area, you gotta come visit. And, oh, but also we need to listen to the priest. Those are the two takeaways. Watch your friends, make sure they don't start acting weird, and if they do, they're probably cursed. And then listen to the war priest, was it, right?
Yes.
Perfect. We've learned valuable lessons. Also, evil guys are very bad, and we defeated Major Evil, which is on my bucket list. Go me.
Anyways, the curse. And I'll open up the book. So, apparently, this book was written by some sorcerer or some practitioner of magic. And it's apparently a set of 3 from what the cleric had heard. Rumors of, anyways. They do similar things. They offer you power, intellect, great strength, but they do come at a cost. In her words, I became quite strong, but dumber than a box of rocks, which I can agree with, considering I didn't notice that I was cursed myself. So, I would assume that the other 2 books do something similar with probably not physical acumen, but maybe deftness or maybe internal fortitude or something. I don't know. It was a set of 3, so it would make sense that it's a complementary set. That being said, this book is probably useless at this point. I don't know that for certain. I will need to do some research into that, probably. But I'm going to keep the book for now.
If you have all 3, is it less evil, or is it just like concentrated evil?
I don't think it's evil. I just think it's cursed.
Yeah.
And now that we know, it might be something that we can actually use.
Avril, through this time of talking about the book, have you opened it at any point?
Yeah, I opened it to kind of like show
When-
them what's inside the
When
book.
you open it, you hear that same grizzled voice in your head asking, do you wish for the power to return?
So you've remained.
You hear no answer back.
All right, then, keep your secrets. I'll close the book.
Question: did you just say that out loud?
Yeah,
Who are you
Claire's
talking
still
to?
there.
I guess that the book is still active. It might be a situation where only one can post, and I put it in air quotes, the curse at a time. So now that it's been dispelled, it must have returned to the book. Very interesting.
Bury it or something? Have someone protect it?
I'll keep it on me. I'm sure that there is something that we can use it for.
Do you wish to continue?
When I finish my meal, I'm gonna excuse myself and say, well, if you'll excuse me, now that I can read again, I'm gonna go off to the library.
I manage a half hiss around my potato in my mouth.
I pull the book out and hold it like a crucifix.
Oh, I won't see that because I'm like head down on my arm, blindly stabbing at my plate, feeding myself, eyes closed, half dead from sleepiness as opposed to being cleaved.
Okay.
Do you have any rooms? I ask whoever's around.
Base of operations here?
Seems to be.
Our safe house is like
Yeah,
not very far from the pub we're at.
I thought we had
Oh.
a safe house.
Should we
We do.
retire for the evening and then have a bash, a party tomorrow?
You sure do want this party.
Like we're here, number.
You gotta have
yellow
a going
number
away party.
And this is the safe house.
Ugh, only 25 feet.
I think that's 250 meters. 2,000 meters? I don't know.
25 miles.
5 miles.
No, it's 500 meters.
All right. Well, you tell me what you wish to do. I know Levi wants to do something.
I'll wait till we get to the safe house.
Okay.
I mean, I got nothing.
I'm
Nope.
good at transition.
If we've eaten and we've drank, I'm ready to go take a load off.
Make it so, number one.
All right. Admiral, you run off to the library. When you get to the doors, they are closed for the first time you've ever noticed. And as you push on them, they seem to be barred on the other side.
Yeah, who did operate the library?
Also, isn't it like 3 or 4 in the morning right now?
Yeah, but knowledge never sleeps.
It does probably in the Orc City.
Yeah, who operated the library? Was it the? It wasn't the Branded Blades.
It was not the branded blades.
Do I smell smoke?
No.
Thank Christ.
Do you knock on the door?
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Knock once. Doesn't seem to be an answer. Knock a second time. That's when you hear behind the doors the bar being lifted and the door opening inward. You're greeted by an orc in a military-esque uniform. What do you want?
This is the military that decided to side with Black Hand.
Give me a perception.
Right.
No, you through the crack of the door, you notice a similar brooch to what Israel has.
Wonderful. I apologize to wake you. I was just concerned with the wealth of knowledge that was here that it might have succumbed to the opposition.
He looks you up and down and go, "You ain't no branded blade."
I am I am a compatriot with Israel the Bad of the Branded Blades, and me and my allies just took down Henry Blackhand, who is no more.
The door opens more, and he looks you up and down, sees you still covered in bits of gore and blood and goes, "You mean that goblin did?"
Yes, the very same.
Looks around behind him and goes, "Did you need something?"
Well, since you're closed, I won't bother you. I just wanted to make sure that the
Well,
tomes of information were secure and safe.
Grand Stable Master sent 6 of us just to secure the library. We're for a compatriot. I'm sure we can. He turns away. Turn a blind eye.
I want to get into that section of the library that I couldn't get into last time.
Do you tell him that?
Quick question, out of
Uh-huh.
character here. Who has the create our portal room?
That's me.
Are you going to book heist?
I'm thinking about it.
Excellent. Carry on.
Are you still wearing the ring?
I am still wearing the ring. Yeah,
Okay,
I would
checking.
have never given that thing away. That thing comes off my hand when I'm dead. What was the section? I can't remember. I apologize. It's been a few months.
It's just a gated off section.
But it had like specifically arcane stuff, right?
Correct.
Mind you, I also believe they were literally chained in place.
That's fine. There was some arcane apparatus in the throne room that kept the Duke under spell. I wanted to try and research on that before the memory left me.
I'm going to require a little bit of a bluff on that one. That was not why you came to the library.
There are many things I want to do at this library.
I'll let you do it at advantage then.
Thanks.
He can
Appreciate
he
the
can
help.
catch the half truth to that. And he goes, "We'll get you in. You don't mind being under watchful eye, do you?"
No, not at all.
Ah. In, come in, hurry.
Okay.
You roll another 7, you might get to add all 3 of them together.
And it's so unfortunately I won't be able to heist any books, which sucks, but I'll be fine. I want to look up the guy who wrote the cursed book. I want to look up anything I can on Gregor the Bone Chiller, as well as some of the like insignias and stuff that I probably didn't pick up on in the actual fight because I was dumb as a box of rocks. But like some of the stuff that Harry Blackhand used to control the Duke and stuff.
Give me a knowledge arcane to remember some of the symbols.
Oh, that feels good.
Okay. Okay, you remember the symbols quite vividly. You're going to be locked away for a while doing all this
Absolutely.
research. So we'll circle back to that.
And
But
it
you
brings
have
the
2
tears
branded
down.
blades practically over your shoulder the entire time you're there.
That's fair.
And if one needs to leave, another one comes before they leave.
Okay. I'm gonna step away for just a moment.
All right. Team Safe House. You arrive back at the safe house. And as you unlock the door and open it, you find a pacing Brillavant.
We arrive victorious.
I will just walk up to the beds and just be like, "Oh, hey man, we're good." I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
I said, I'll sit and explain if he wants to hear what happened.
He's eagerly waiting to hear. I heard all the commotion from even over here.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty loud. You need a roll for me to regale him?
No, regale him to your best knowledge.
Okay. Where did we leave off with him? We were at the funeral, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, because you came back to the safe house to gear up to head to the castle.
Okay. So, we'll start with, well, there we were. We went in. The guards tried to stop us. But they were already engaged with my brother Blades. Blade Brothers? We call them that?
Call him that.
And so, we fought our way gallantly and described to them about the first encounter in the room and then being... I don't remember much at this moment, because I think I might have died, but then I didn't. I'll explain how I was almost gloriously cut down. I almost shed my
true,
mortal
I saw
coil.
it.
Just to have one of my blade brothers come up and say, "Friend, or brother, it's not time to go. You must come back. There's much glory to be had." And they pulled me back from the death. And then I can explain how that all went too. And then we fought our way into the room, and then I'll point to Levi, and our brave friend Demiris threw himself gallantly across the great hall into the enemy Black Hand, and proceeded to absolutely mollywop the crap out of him.
Brillavant is taking rigorous notes.
It was the least I could do after our drinking encounter.
And then Death tried to take Demiris from us, but it was unsuccessful. For Averil was the one to save him. I believe that was how that went.
Yeah, he shoved a potion down my face.
Okay. Good. Oh yeah, and by the way, if I didn't make this notation, he bulked up, as in he was big. Twice as tall as he normally is, and 4 times the size.
Oh, me? I thought you were talking about Alvaro, because Alvaro also kind of...
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Whew.
And then I fought with the Duke, who was under the control of some kind of weird lightning statue thingy. And Averil, I guess, electrocuted themselves to stop it. And then the Duke came back to his senses, and there was a giant eye, and I stabbed it. And then it got shot, and then it just erupted on me. As I gestured to the now probably gelatinizing / drying clothes that I am wearing. And I think that's about it. Blackhand died. The Duke's still alive. Oh, Averil.
Oh,
got
thank
hurt.
heavens.
And I feel bad about that.
Cursed.
I need to figure out how to apologize.
Remember that book that I brought back, and we were all kind of taking turns trying to open the book?
Right.
Turns out, it's a little bit cursed. It just kind of... it makes you really strong at the expense of some of your intelligence.
Okay. Is he...
He's fine now.
You're good.
One of the clerics noticed. Much higher caster level than me. Took care of it. So he's right as rain and back at the library where he lives.
I am glad that you're all still among the living.
Me too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to soak before I take a bath.
Visual just climbs into a wash tub with water and just sits there. It immediately turns like this grayish color, then red.
We spoke with the Duke afterwards, and one of the curious facts that he gave us, we asked him what the last thing was that he remembered, and turns out it was when you and I met with him.
That is curious. So that means Black Hand was aware of our situation.
That's what I figured.
That is very curious. Makes more notes.
What?
Come sunrise, I will dispatch a message back to High Keep, Her Highness, to inform her of the doings. And after that, we shall go attempt to meet with the Duke. Many things need to be discussed. Without
I imagine so.
the clouded judgment of Black Hand in his ear, we may finally have a peace treaty between our countries. Were you able to identify why he was so eager to take Sylvania? Did he tell you anything?
He didn't, right?
Well,
He didn't
Black
say-
Hand,
Did Black Hand tell you anything, or the Duke?
the only thing Black Hand told us was, "Oh God, my hand!" Blah, blah, blah."
Probably the sound one makes when one's chest and torso are ripped open by a giant scimitar. Whatever that.
He actually told you his entire plan, but none of you noticed.
Yeah. Oh no, my plan!
I mean, I was so busy trying not to die for so long, it wouldn't shock me entirely if the bad guy had a big old monologue in the middle and I just missed it.
You're right. We didn't allow the cliche monologue of the villain to take place. Yes, and now I will explain to you the entirety of my plan, and then kill all of you because nobody is possibly going to know about this. Oh, it's the sword.
I'm gonna walk over to the table and be like, well, he ain't getting any deader, and I'm gonna put all of his loot onto the table. And I'm gonna attempt to identify the item.
I really wish you had grabbed the hand, because that'd be great. Just a bunch of loot and then just his hand.
I'm not that uncouth. Jeez.
Okay, hand in a jar. Reaches behind
Preserved.
jar on table with just a hand floating in it.
It
Alright.
could be a trophy for our room.
Instead of Black Hand, now it's Pickled Black Hand.
One of the rings does have some inscriptions on it that identify it as a ring of protection +2.
Oh, hot damn.
But that's all you can attain to it without.
Ed and I are gonna play Roll a 6, drink some Pickle Hand.
To be fair, I don't think that actually happened. I don't think we have the hand. It'd just be funny if he did.
would be
The other
so
ring
funny.
just seems like a ring.
Well, wait, I have spellcraft.
Okay. Give me a spellcraft.
Well, I have a shit spellcraft roll.
No.
Can
Is
definitely.
that not something you can take 10 on, or take 20 on?
Is
I
it?
just
I'm asking. I don't know.
I mean, time isn't really isn't really a concern here, so I don't see why not. But I also don't know Pathfinder very well.
Well,
It might not be like knowledge checks. You can't take 20 on, so you know what are you doing. So
right. I mean, I can easily just be like, I can't quite make heads or tail of this, and be like, hey, Alvaro, what do you think? And flick it over to Alvaro. And
We're still waiting for Alvaro, right? He's
Yeah.
not at the.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm there at this
I
point.
know, I'm just saying, like, that's what
Yeah.
so
Taking a 20 is something regarding making multiple attempts. I don't think you can do multiple attempts on.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. That's why I was just
Yeah.
I'm more
Yeah,
curious
I wasn't sure, so I thought I would double check the take 10, take 20 rules.
Okay.
The check does allow you to identify that it is magical. You can see the arcane weaves within it. You just can't identify what those weaves are.
Yeah, they sit there and it's explained that the take 20 can be used in situations. Common ones being like including disabled device, escape artist, perception when attempting to find traps. So I don't know if I don't think it applies to like arcane checks and stuff. It's just you have uninterrupted time to basically roll enough times to succeed.
What I will allow, since you are able to take your time to, because you're not rushed, you can take this at advantage. So you can do a second one. Okay. That works. The ring is a ring of counter spells.
Crazy.
Which you never got to use because no one casted any magic at him.
I don't need to.
Yeah, sure we did. He was magically potioned when he threw himself across the hallway. There was magic involved.
Am I able to identify like what spell is stored in it?
Yeah. The spell that's stored in it is Magic Missile.
It's not bad. If only we had someone that casts that. I guess that would be useful. How much that thing worth? Ooh. Probably was with $4,000.
Well,
I wonder if Alvaro. I don't know what Alvaro's spell is like.
no, the way it works is you can counter a spell.
You have to cast a spell into it,
Correct.
and then not anytime, but when that spell is then used on you, it acts as the counter spell and counter.
Yeah.
But then it's lost, and you have to put a new spell into.
Okay, so it's a ring of counterspell magic missile.
Currently, you can replace the spell that's in it.
Yeah, but you'd have to know or find somebody who could cast the spell.
Yeah, so someone, for example, Leland could cast Flaming Sphere into it.
Oh yeah.
Right, and if someone tried to cast Flaming Sphere on him, or
Or whoever's wearing it.
Though?
right, whoever's wearing it.
Would
So
it count when the flaming sphere hits him, or when you first cast it?
When
what
it
if
first
it doesn't
cast.
hit you with it on the first round?
Yeah, when it's first cast. So, for example, say the Sage that you use the Flaming Sphere on, moment you casted it, it would counter immediate and burn the charge out of the ring.
Okay. What if I cast it at a different person and then had it roll into them on the second round? Does it still do it?
Nope, it counters the casting of it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if I had like the call lightning thing going, and then I like, as long as it didn't hit him first, then it wouldn't work against it.
Well, if the ring, correct. So the ring wouldn't counter Call Lightning unless the ring had Call Lightning in the ring. Then when you casted Call Lightning, it would counter it. But if since it had Magic Missile,
Right,
casting
right.
Call Lightning.
But I would have to cast Call Lightning on him, whereas Call Lightning is more of like an effect that happens. And on my first round, I can have it hit somebody, but I could also like bring it up, hit somebody else, and then hit him after, and it would be fine, right?
Well,
the moment you casted it,
Counter.
just in general, you would do the
Oh,
action
even
to
if
cast.
it wasn't hitting him.
Correct.
Yeah, it just if it detects the magic that's stored in it as casting, it just auto counters it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like if it pops up on its radar, it will detect it. Now, if no one was wearing the ring and you cast it, and then they put the ring on, it shouldn't because the spell's
Correct.
already cast.
Correct.
Okay.
And along with the loot that Levi pours out onto the table was 35 gold, a dagger, a potion of cure moderate, and 3 scrolls of gentle repose, and 100 gold worth of crafting supplies.
Woohoo!
The scrolls of gentle repose are kind of nice.
Do we want to divide them up or give them to certain people?
Well,
What does it do?
only people that can cast spells
Okay.
can use the scroll, right?
Yes, in Pathfinder. It's a spellcraft
Okay.
check.
But all it does is it basically just kind of prevents a corpse from decomposing.
Oh.
So if we
Well-
need to like hold onto a body to like try and revive them.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right.
that's nice. I'm gonna go get in the bath now as I just slosh out of the barrel and probably just strip and throw all my clothes into said barrel.
And this naked goblin goes to the bath.
Yep, naked goblin goes to the bath.
All right, so you cleaned up. Avril, how long do you stay at the library?
Long enough to just take some general notes down, just inscribe things, kind of do essentially the equivalent of an after action report.
Okay. What's the first thing you're trying to look up?
In order, some of the stuff that happened with the actual fight itself, so it's still fresh in my memory. Then it would be on the guy who wrote the cursed book, if I can find anything, and then finally it would be anything we can find on Gregor.
All right, so give me a knowledge arcana for the runes and the magic that Black Hand used.
Okay, give me just a second here, because I think I'm trying to check something here because I think I'm actually over. Okay, I'll do my skills after this. So, knowledge arcana.
Okay.
God damn.
You identify a lot of the arcane runes and whatnot as basic, normal necromantic runes. Especially around the eye and the totems that were summoning the skeletons. There's some technology. Oh, and with the I can't think of the word now. The things that the braziers, and the
Brazier.
Tesla coils. Though with the totems that were creating the skeletons and the apparatus that was controlling the Duke, you notice it was not only arcanic, but built with engineering.
Physio magic, interesting.
Now, on the book, you can't find a name on it on who wrote it.
Okay.
So, in researching the book, you can do a knowledge local not nobility.
You said no local or nobility?
No, I said not nobility. I'm looking, trying to decide. Local at disadvantage.
Damn.
Damn. Can't find a thing. Other than bits and pieces of rumored same things that you've already learned.
Okay.
Nothing substantial. And the last one was a bone chiller, correct?
Yes.
That would be knowledge religion.
Religion. Interesting.
You find fuck all. Not even a mention of good old Gregor. And through all your knowledge, or all your researching, it takes a good 3-4 hours.
Close my last book. Stand up. Well, that's everything I think I can find. Appreciate your time. And I'll head
Get
back
escorted back to the doors and let out without incident.
I'll head back to the safe house.
Anyone still awake 3-4 hours after you arrive at the safe house?
Probably not awake, but I think that Ted and Leland would have just kind of like fallen asleep in like a cuddle puddle / nest of like blankets and or pillows that were nearby and available, just to like fall asleep kind of in a pile. Probably not like completely out though, so if like somebody comes in, we might rouse a little bit, but
Okay. Israel Demirius?
Oh no, I'm probably out cold.
Broward. I'd probably be asleep as well.
I probably got out of the bath not too long after, washed my clothes to the best of abilities, hung them out, got new clothes, and went to bed.
Right. Avril, you walk through the doors to a very dimly lit entry, the entryway. You see a bear pop up with a blanket like covering his head. He kind of looks cloaked in the blanket. You see Leland kind of glance in your direction. Ted just roar and then plops over back on top of Leland.
there he is. Everybody's stacked out.
And I'll find a place to sleep.
Right. Long rest for everyone. Some spells are back, full health, the whole 9.
I want you all to understand that mechanically what happened is that I had to swap my strength score and my int score.
Ooh. Ouch.
Which meant that my int was low enough that I couldn't cast any spells.
Oh no.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why.
I needed a boss fight like that, dang.
Yeah, I want you to understand. I had 14 health maximum, and I turned into a melee build.
Gravy.
That's why you didn't get to use your Ring of Counterspell, because I couldn't use any spells.
See? It all worked out.
I don't know if that's what I meant.
Are we waking up at a specific time in the morning? Or are you just going to sleep in and...
I wake up. Whenever I do wake up, it is the most sore that I have ever been, ever.
I think
I'll be
Leland and
waking
Ted
up.
probably sleep until people start getting up.
I'm gonna wake up because we're supposed to go meet them in the morning, right?
Brilvant said that he is going to send a message off to the High Keep and then gather the rest of you to go to the castle.
At roughly what time?
He didn't say what time. He said he's just going to send the message off early.
So I don't have time to sneak to the bathhouse.
Possibly. What time do you wake up?
Well,
Before sunrise? Just at sunrise?
probably just at sunrise.
You wake up and gather yourself and head to, as you're getting ready to leave, you see Brilvant getting prepared to leave himself.
Alright. My plan is bathhouse, come back, put my castle clothes on, and be ready to go.
Brilliant nods in appreciation and goes, I will probably be. And he's talking as hushed whisper as he possibly, because he doesn't want to disturb all of you who've just fought a horrible battle. And he's mentioned he's going to take probably about an hour to get the message sent off.
All right, I'll nod and hurry on my way.
It's been a while since we've done this. Hey, Levi, will you roll me a d20? Okay. What way are you taking to the bathhouse? Most direct way?
I mean, yeah.
As you make your way towards the bathhouse, you notice that life in the city seems to be rejuvenated. People are back out peddling their wares. Though most of the conflict didn't happen on this side of the moon bridge. Get to the bathhouse unhindered. The same front person was the one that you spoke to the last time you were there. Oh, welcome back, Connie. What can we do for you?
No time for pampering today, though yesterday was exquisite. I just need to clean up.
Alright, well. That'll be... I forgot what I charged for the bathhouse.
There's 1 gold for the group and 10 for the pamper one, or for the private.
Yeah. So, are you going into... Do you want a private room, or are you just going to go into the communal?
Communal's fine.
That'll be 5 silver pieces, please.
Dunzo.
Alright, and then... Do you need laundering as well?
How long will it take?
I probably can get it rushed for 3 silver.
Sounds good.
8 silver, and away you go. By the time you wrap up your bath, you took your clothes after you changed out of them and put them to the front of the line. And then you can get there and back after cleaning up in that hour time frame. Save 10 minutes or so.
Nice.
And when you return, Brillavant is back at the safe house and starting to stir awake the rest of your compatriots. He comes bearing egg sandwiches for everyone. Except Ted. He comes bearing a large elk steak from the butcher.
Look at that, Ted. My goodness. Delicious.
How do you prepare for the morning?
Well, Finita, you smell fresh. Did you pop off to the bath?
Yes. Boy, did it ever feel nice.
I don't think I can move.
Any preparation you want to do before going to the castle?
Do we need to dress formally?
Might be wise.
Alright.
I'm
gonna walk
Leland
over
and
my-
Ted should probably take a quick dunk, but is there a way to do that like quickly that I don't have to go all the way to the bath for?
Yeah, there's a
Sure,
small
you-
bath barrel.
Okay.
You just jump in the river rather than walk across the bridge.
I feel like that's most likely what I would do unless the river is
Well,
nasty.
you are on the coast. You can jump in the ocean.
Ted and I just go for a walk then.
walks out on the pier,
Jump
just
in the water.
falls in,
That way we can like shake out all the blood that's like soaked into Ted's fur
and
without the-
dried.
and dried. Yes.
That safe house has seen better days.
We should really pay for maybe some cleaners at the safe house. I think we got most of the pillows and blankets in the main room dirty.
I'll retrieve my brooch from my funeral wear and then go put on the nice swanky clothes that we all had tailored.
It would be acceptable for you, Israel, to wear your branded blades wardrobe as well if you choose.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll probably.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah, I'll probably wear the nice formal wear. But I'll very much wear my brooch out and in the open.
Okay. Do you, Damiris, do you present the ring to... Or no, you did. Never mind. I forgot that you identified it. You share what you found with Averil.
Yeah, I'd still pass it on to Averil and let him know what we found and see if he can make any good use of it.
This is that ring that requires a charge to be a counterspell of that charge.
Yes. The Ring of Counterspells.
And it's currently charged with magic missile.
I see.
And the other ring was Ring of Protection +2.
Correct.
I think either Demirius or Alvar will need that based on.
Yeah, I would
combat
like.
date.
I would like that, please. I have an AC of 13.
Well, the problem is that you're only allowed to wear one ring on each hand.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've only got one ring on one hand so far.
Yeah, but if you have the ring of counter spells too.
I will forget to use the ring of counter spells. Let's be real here. I will gladly take the AC buff though.
Oh, I figured I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. So
Yeah. So it was a ring of protection +2.
As you put the ring on Averil, roll me a spellcraft check.
Key.
Oh god, I hope it's cursed. Just for the lulz.
You put it on, and you notice that something's wrong. It's not operating the way it should be.
So like, I take it off and I look at it. Does it got like a gem or something I can pull out, like a jeweler's like lens and look at it with?
I don't know. Do you have one?
Sure. It sounds funny.
Yeah, you start examining it. It should be a ring of protection +2, but when you put it on, it's not working.
You said that this is warding magic, right? Demarius?
I said no such thing.
Ring of Protection does +2 doesn't make any sense mechanically in the universe.
I don't know, because all Wholesale said was he didn't let me do spellcraft for it. He just said it seems
You didn't have
be
to.
a ring protection
It has-
at +2.
It had. You can read the ring. It has markings on it to identify it.
So it says Ring of Protection +2 on it.
Basically,
Does
except in
what does it
arcanic
actually-
runes.
Can I cast
it doesn't do the thing. Does it feel
detect
like it did
magic
anything
on
else?
it?
You don't see any magic radiating from it.
Is this
What?
just a ring?
This, huh?
This is just a ring.
Huh? Wow. Okay. We've been bamboozled.
Who's we, Kimosabi?
You, because you put it on too.
Yeah, because I trusted you.
Well, you should have known how that would go since the whole book incident.
Don't trust the book. Don't trust you. I thought we're a team here.
Listen, I looked at the ring. It said Ring of Protection I don't know what you want from me.
With the 2 on it.
Wholesale, is this just a ring?
No.
How can I figure out, what can I do to figure out what this thing is?
Roll a better spellcraft check.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus!
Well, ask and ye shall receive.
Jesus Christ, Avril. Avril's just like, bet.
Tell me your secrets, ring.
You identify the arcanic tethers that make it bonded to Black Hand.
Oh.
Gross.
I knew we should have brought the hand.
You
Gotta
mean
say it.
pickle hand?
You
We have
gotta,
that over here.
you gotta take all the bones and muscle out, just wear it like a glove to get it to work.
Gross.
Okay, so can I undo this link?
Ooh,
Is it a thing?
that I don't know.
No, it'd be black hand into black glove.
It can be with a successful dispel check.
Dispel? What,
Wow.
what skill is that? I don't have that. It's like a...
That's
It's
an
a
actual
spell.
spell.
Yep.
Oh, it's a spell?
Yep.
Correct.
I want to say it's
It's
in
a
the
witch spell,
player.
a third level witch
Oh.
spell.
I just got access to third level spells.
Well, you better prepare your spells then.
Yeah, I will...
Or you have been preparing your spells.
Yeah,
You were
it's-
awoken.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will... So if I dispel it, it will still keep the
Correct.
protection +2. Okay. Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, you're essentially just dispelling the bonding aspect of it.
In order to break the Ring of Protection's actual functionality, you would need like a 9th level spell.
Yeah, it'd be disenchant, I think.
And if you... the way that one works is if the person it's cast on crit fails the DC check, the item itself breaks, and potentially, depending on what the item is, gods could be angry at you from then on. There's
mean
some
like-
crazy shit going on with that.
You mean like casting the sentient ring into a magical forge? Wholesale should know about that.
Okay, so it's a d20 plus my caster level, right?
It's 11 plus your spellcaster level. Yes. Or 120. Yeah, 1d20 plus your caster level. Sorry.
Cool.
I need to look at. Sorry, I have a- Yeah, you succeed.
All right, and then I put it back on.
And it feels as if it's doing what it's supposed to.
All right, that's much better.
It envelops you in the arms of protection.
Okay, ring of protection +2.
Arms of protection.
Be great if you like
Miscellaneous.
you make a dispel check and you accidentally like don't, and the ring just bonds the wearer to Black Hand instead.
A deflection bonus. So it would stack with mage armor.
Correct, because mage armor I believe is shield, or it's just normal armor.
It's normal armor.
Yeah. No, because if you cast shield, you get the shield bonus.
Yep. Mage armor is normal armor. Ring of protection is deflection.
Yeah, but then you have natural armor, armor, shield armor, deflection armor, and then miscellaneous bonus if you want.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, it was Demarius. It was still tied to Blackhand, which is weird considering he was dead. But you just had to sever the link.
Good to know. So I wasn't wrong.
You weren't.
All right. Dressed in all your spiffy clothes, are you prepared to go to the castle?
Mm-hmm.
Travel as a group to the castle. And as you enter the same gates that you stormed in the courtyard, the mess is mostly cleaned up. And you find Zurich and the Duke standing by the fountain, speaking. What do? How do you approach?
I'll walk up to
Hey.
Zurich and the Duke.
They halt their conversation, look at the group of you. And the Duke bows respectfully. I have not been able to express gratitude for what you have done for El Sad properly. Relevant. The heirs of my nation has caused Sylvania great turmoil. I wish to return to the table and discuss this peace treaty in full length. Relevant. Obviously caught off guard by this very sudden notion. Well, yes, your liege. That would be most acceptable.
How the seats have chaired.
Un momento.
He's gonna pull himself out of voice chat and then come back in multiple times saying, "No, stop! It's taking me away! No, stop!"
At that point, the Duke speaks to the rest of you. I don't know the proper ways to express my gratitude. So I'll do the best I can. And he waves over a branded blade, carrying about a medium-sized chest. And he sets it down. And he opens it for you. And inside is a number of items. Please take these treasures to aid you in your adventures. Warriors of yourself deserve the best. This is something I can provide as a sign of Assad's continued efforts for peace. Implied, will you transfer the wondrous item list to the loot page, please? Inside, there are 5 feather tokens of campsite, 1 belt of mighty constitution +2, a robe of bones, boots of elven kind, an adamantine chain shirt, and a golem bane scarab. I forgot that Implied is currently on his iPad, so I'll transfer it. Tonight we will dine and feast.
What size is that shirt?
Medium.
Poop.
We will have you as our esteemed guests. You will dine at the table with me. In the morning, we will charter a ship to bring you back to Sylvania. Relevant, I hope you will stay to continue our peace talks. Yes, of course we will stay, or I'll stay. We wish nothing but peace, sir. At that point, Relevant and the Duke part ways from you to continue their talks, where Zurich stays to address you. I have nothing but the most pleased feelings about how you helped us during this altercation. I have agreed to stay on as his advisor until him and I can appoint a new one to make sure our country continues on the path that we are bred from. Israel the Bad, you have served the blades as you should. He reaches into a satchel at his hip and pulls out a platinum ring and hands it to you. Add that to your chain, warrior.
I will graciously accept it.
Congrats! Leland says quietly to Ted.
I'll resist the urge, the overwhelming urge to smile. And hang on one sec. Where is it? Where is it?
You fail.
I will fail. I will accept this graciously. Thank you.
Is there anything I can do for the rest of you?
Ah, there it goes. Finally.
Don't speak up all at once.
Did I hear we're having a celebration?
Yes, the Duke is putting on a feast.
Yeah! So we got a party on! I'm so excited. Also, congratulations, Izzy.
I'm gonna attempt to again stay serious, but obviously I fail. I will professionally, but not very well. Accept your congratulations as well.
Anyone else have anything
probably
to say to Zurich?
I don't really know what I would say.
We are sorry. It was cutting out a little bit for me. Plans are that Zerk's going to stay, become the new advisor. Where peace talks are still going to be looked at. How are we getting home?
They're chartering us a boat
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. I just want to double check. Thank you.
for tomorrow after the feast.
For tomorrow. Got it.
I believe
I'm
someone
good.
wanted to ask him for a writ to present back at home.
Yeah, the piece. Yeah.
I thought Relevant was.
No, about making sure the necromancy thing was taken care of.
Oh,
Right,
is-
but like the emissary would probably, in his letter to the castle he mailed this morning, have provided some of those details in the update.
I see.
Through that.
But I mean, we certainly can. We can certainly request one.
well, we can inquire if one was made. If not, then yeah, we definitely would want one.
Unless if you wanted one, you would get one.
Sure.
You know, Gail-
I say we ask. We solidify for sure.
Checks and balances. I love it. He absolutely will accommodate that request. and have it drafted and presented to you at the feast.
Perfect.
Anything else you wish to say or not say, or do or not do?
I'm good.
Nothing to know of.
All right. Is there any last minute trips within the city you wish to make?
We don't have any standing orders in any of the shops or anything, right?
No.
I don't think so. And we've collected all of our payments for everything. Because we were paid for the warehouse. Or I think we were squared away for completing our mission of finding out anything suspicious for El Sad.
Did we have anything that we needed to do for Leland and Ted's village?
No.
People?
He only tagged along to see this all the way through. With the blessing of his tribe.
Okay.
Leland Warclaw.
Yes.
I'm just saying your name. I like it.
It's a good name.
Alright. So do you spend your time tavern, safe house, whatever, bathing? Come evening, you reapproach the castle, I assume dressed in any type of regal appropriate wear you may have. And
Fancy clothes.
as you're traveling through the city seems to be celebrating as a whole. There are, on an occasional street corner, there are kegs with branded blades next to them, serving ales to anyone who comes up. As you approach,
Leland and Ted obviously stopped by and grabbed something to drink on our way.
as you push through the castle gates, the celebration continues into the courtyard. And as you enter the giant dining hall, you notice, Leland especially notices, there are some of his kin there as well.
Don't mind us, we're just pre-gaming a little bit. Have you been?
In efforts to right wrongs, the Duke sent emissaries to his tribe to bridge friendship that might have been lost.
Hey, we're all still friends.
Yep.
Just had to kill some really evil buggers.
Through the feast, you are fed copious amounts of food, poured drinks non-stop. Your mugs, your tankards, your anything will rarely be empty.
I think Leland is probably just regaling whoever will listen, but mostly try to talk to friends and family and whatnot of the tribe, and just talk about the battles we've had and the adventures we've been in.
Not only is food and drink readily available, but concubines of every shape, size, and gender. There are dancers and performers throughout the entire exchange. How much is everyone drinking? Or trying not to drink?
I think Leland is drinking, but not hard and fast. I think that Leland has had a few parties and revelry moments where so he kind of paces himself a bit, but is still drinking a lot. He's drunk, but he's not getting hammered fast. He's definitely maintaining a pace where he can talk to people and tell stories and just have a good time with everybody. But he's definitely going to be drunk most of the evening.
Israel?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be drinking quite excessively. Because celebration. And I have no preconception of any of what you said about those people of all shapes and genders is. So I just see a bunch of people having great revelry, and I wish to join.
Demirius.
I think I'll be keeping up with the vibe a little bit, but having drank with the Duke, I feel like I have enough experience to know how to pace myself to keep up.
Specifically for you, you recognize the innkeeper from the Flower and Compass, along also the branded blade that she introduced you to.
Oh, yes.
He's a little worse for the wear. New stitched wounds and a bandage cloth over one eye.
Damn. I'll go over and say hey and chat with good old Miss Quinton and Bane Dog the Fierce.
All right. Buffanita, how about you?
I'm gonna grab 4 concubines and we're gonna spend the night on a bed of cocaine.
Real quick,
Not
Yes.
actually.
can you change the background music to something
Yeah.
more party?
I was working on that.
Like,
I was looking for party music.
No,
Wait,
no,
there's
it
background music?
sets the tone perfectly. Nothing bad happens when this music plays.
Nope, that's not.
The jukebox is not playing for me, apparently.
It's been very Skyrim-y.
I'm gonna have maybe 1 mug of like halfling sized ale, and that's like the mug is for a halfling, not the mug is the size of a halfling. And we'll be not drinking anything else. Sorry, booze wise,
I
to answer your question.
How does the concubine situation work? I feel like I might get in trouble at home if I have a concubine, but I've never had one before. It sounds like a nice experience.
Oh, that's just. Oh, that was elegant dinner party.
Hell yeah.
Let's find something. Nope, that's too ominous. Nope. They're looking for their search feature, and this is very difficult. How about a car chase? Um, we'll just go with that. That works. Oh,
Please tell me that wasn't the car chase.
no. Hmm.
it's okay. I can pull up my own Spotify.
Type in tavern music.
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Alrighty then.
Uh,
We don't have to find something different. I just at least didn't want the creepy boss fight music still going.
anyway, Avril. How hard is Avril going?
Relatively low paced. Wants to keep their wits about them.
All right. The party is had. You are presented with rooms in the castle, one for each of you, or any guests you want to bring with. if you decide to do such. It is a plush bed, soft. You succumb. Anyone with any magic knowledge, you can tell that there is minor enchantments to help for a solid sleep. And in the morning when you wake up, passive bonus on fortitude saves and will saves, and that's it. Not that it's going to particularly come up, but how do you treat the morning after?
Gloriously.
Don't go running.
Speaking of running, Avril, make a will. No, I'm kidding. Look at that good will save now. Does it feel good?
It does feel good.
Is there anything you wish to do in the morning before heading to the port?
Probably should stop by the safe house and clean it up. I'm sure there's like, like when you stay at like an Airbnb or whatever, there's like if you're staying at a guild house, there's probably a list of like activities that you need to do afterwards. Make sure everything's set up correctly, sign the logbook, et cetera, et cetera.
It's not a guild house, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
You're not wrong, but
That's
Brilhot
right.
will
This was not
tell you to be on your way. He'll take care of the guild or the safe house.
Okay.
You've done enough. Time to relax yourself. Leland, Ted, do you see your newfound friends to the port?
I do. I want to see them off and everything.
Hey.
Get all my stuff together.
Wait, you're not coming with us?
No, I have duties here I need to attend to.
Oh.
Get back home.
It's so weird hearing you be responsible.
Yeah.
Well, I may have learned a few things. Also, I've been away for a while, and I have duties I was supposed to do.
Like what? Can we help you with them?
They're not so much adventuring duties, just more like, things for the tribe. I'm supposed to be collecting meats and smoking things, and there's
I need a
forest to
wife.
take care of.
Are we at the?
I
Are we at the
suppose
port?
maybe, he says sheepishly.
I'm sorry, what, Muffins?
Are we at the port right now?
You are at the port right now.
I will drop my stuff and yell, "Goodbye, wrestles!" as I flip up onto Ted's back and essentially just, in my 3-foot tall, weighs almost neck thing for Ted, just give him a big bear hug on his back.
Aww. Group hug, Leland says, and they just kind of like smush you between them. I'll miss you guys. Please do come back and, visit and whatnot.
I'll wait my
Looking forward to
turn.
seeing you.
I'll definitely give Ted a hug.
Absolutely. Leland goes and gets hugs from everybody. Well, everybody who's a hugger.
I'll put my hand on Leland's shoulder and express that I will continue to tell stories of the great Leland, the druid, on our adventures.
I'll be sure to tell my tribe, regale them with all of our stories of our adventurers. And then when we meet up, we can compare notes and trade news stories that we've had.
Perfect.
Been a pleasure, y'all.
Take care of yourself, Leland.
You too. I hope to see you all again soon. Mirius, Muffinita. I'm spacing out on names.
The other ones.
Avril, Israel.
Such a Leland thing, by the way.
Yeah, it is kind of. Safe travels.
As the four of you board the ship, the Orcish Wonder, it is flying not only an Assad flag, but also a Sylvania flag. The crew is made up of an ogre and orcs, half-orcs, and goblins.
Wow.
It is, as you learn on the ship, the fastest ship in the Assad fleet. Those of you who remember the ambush, it is not the same ship that attacked you.
I would sure hope not. I would be very concerned. Whatever happened to that ship, I wonder.
No one asked.
Well, the spooky, scary skeletons sailed it out a couple nights ago, and it hasn't been back since.
Do you inquire about it to the captain?
Yeah. I want to find out. I want to ask.
The captain, being the ogre, thinks for a moment. Scuttled. We sunk that abomination to the ground, to the bottom of the sea. Its taint will never sail ever again.
Perfect. Good. Right where it belongs.
The journey will take 7 days. Some choppy water, but the wind is in your favor for most of the trip. The morning of the final day, you are making dock back in Ashbourne. This map you haven't seen in forever.
No, not the snake. Not the sea monster.
It greets you with a great big hug and sinks the ship, and you all die. Game over.
Well, it was a good run.
No time for the slop of a breakfast that comes on a ship as such. When you make port, you find Ellie waiting for you to disembark the ship.
Are there baked goods involved?
I'm waiting to hear.
Well, of course there's baked goods involved.
Yes!
Back at the guild house, I'll make sure to bring you a platter of baked goods. Some tea, coffee, an ale if you wish. Guildmaster Ezra's waiting impatiently for you. Okay.
I am barely able to contain my excitement.
You travel through the streets back to the guild house where you all once met. You get ushered to the guildmaster's office where Ellie leaves briefly and comes back with a little cart full of baked goods.
Yes.
Tea and coffee. There's muffins, scones, little tiny, like Danishes.
It is
Basically,
good
all
to
baked
be
goods that you could think of. Israel, what do you take? What kind of pastry? Do you take coffee or tea?
What's coffee? I know what tea is. What's coffee?
Coffee is brewed through a ground up bean. It is caffeinated and often served with in the morning to help people get their day started.
Okay.
He pours you a cup of coffee. Demirius.
Let's see here. I will recognize its hop before I put
Oh.
it in my mouth.
Do you take a pastry of some sort?
Sure. I'll randomly grab one. If it's an incorrect one, I don't really care. I'm just happy.
Demirius. Coffee? Tea?
Tea, please.
Would
And a
you
scone, if you wouldn't mind.
serves you up? Darling Muffinita, what can I get for you? I know you want a pastry.
Tea, please, as I make a donut sandwich using cookies as bread.
Avril, if I remember, you're a tea person?
A tea would be lovely, thank you.
Can I get you something to eat?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right then. You sip your tea and eat your food. So Ezra sits with you and also partakes in some morning tea. So tell me of your journey and your trip.
Was that Sizu asking or Ellie?
Yep, Sizu.
Okay.
I won't make you regale it. Who wants to tell the story?
Ooh, maybe me, because it's my job.
You regale the tale. Give me a performance at advantage to see how well it goes.
Ooh, let's see.
I didn't realize it was your job.
1 sec.
You do a
Yes, I have performed
fantastic,
storytelling.
fantastic job on telling the story in the tales.
Hang on. I want to try and do something if I can. I'm going to use this stealth check to make sure that Demiris doesn't see me, but everybody else can probably.
And
I am going to behind him and then pantomime.
Oh, God.
okay,
His entire performance, just because fun.
Mirius.
Well,
You get about 5 minutes into your story. I need everyone to roll a fortitude check, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty epic.
Israel. You feel you're in the middle of your pantomime. You feel your muscles grow weak as you slump down, unable to move. Your tongue is heavy, your lungs causing you to breathe shallowly. The rest of you are also feeling the same symptoms, unable to move from being paralyzed. You feel this nausea building up.
Well, that's
And
not
you
good.
all suffer 2 points of constitution damage.
Oh,
And you're all paralyzed for 8 hours. You feel this through eyes that are heavy. You see that Clara Zoot, your guildmaster, is feeling the same, not quite as paralyzed as you, able to move minutely. Before you witness Ellie, the steward of the guildmaster, cast an incantation. Those with knowledge arcane can roll a knowledge check.
Well, there goes my fucking plans.
Avril, you know this spell as a spell to hold a beast of some sort. And you see Clara Zoot freeze in position, unable to move. And Ellie just sighs for a second and go, everyone here has made it incredibly difficult for me to do my job. She walks over to Zoot, pulling a small blade before cutting her hand off. Where Clara gasps out a barely audible scream. She turns to the rest of you. Especially you four. Stepping in the way of my master's plan. Every step of the way. How annoying. She kind of waggles the blade in your direction before going to where Clara kept a vault before activating the safeguards to open it. She vanishes into the room before coming back out. You all notice that she's sliding a book into a front pouch of her apron. But nonetheless, I persevere. And I will have what I want.
Is there any opportunity for action here?
None. You are paralyzed completely. Unable to move. Your tongue is heavy. You are nauseous. And you all bear witness as Ellie walks up to the guildmaster and goes, and just so you understand, no one will stand in my way for long. And to remind you of your inability to stop what is coming, she proceeds to slit Clara's throat in front of you before walking out the door, closing it behind her. That is where we'll end today's session.
Holy shit.
You monster.
I wanted to start a business with Ellie, a bakery shop,
Oh, now you can start a murder business.
in
We
our
will-
next downtime. God damn it, wholesale.
When you told me that, I was like, yes!
I want the record to show that I have never taken a pastry.
That's fine. She poisoned the tea as well.
I know. And I almost didn't take it, but I didn't have any reason not to.
I almost didn't take the tea.
That's fine. She poisoned the baked goods as well.
I know, but just
Ultimate betrayal.
Ellie, why?
Stole my book.
Sweeney Todd fruit, they're still available for our pie shop. The way the next week will go. Once you are found, unable to move, you will be cured, and you will be exhausted for 3 days, and then fatigued for 2 days after that.
Fatigue, do you say?
Yes.
God damn it.
Okay.
How does shit work out like that?
Fuck you, Levi. This is for you. You don't get to complain.
Well then. Fun.
So between now and the next session, I would like you all to determine how you spend your 5 days
going to have a talk because there are so many things that are going through my mind right now.
I'm going to make a straw man of Ellie, and I'm going to practice killing it over and over again.
I have to step away for a minute, so give me a second. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. He's going to be mad about this because I'm about to ask him for the bylaws and structure of this guild. Because, like, we're not the only group. Like, you can't just murder a head of a major organization and expect to just get away with it without reinforcements, etc., etc.
True, yeah.
Like,
I'm more concerned about, do we get a shopping trip here or not? What was like?
I think that's the how do you spend 5 days thing. Because you can still move when you're exhausted and fatigued.
Yeah, but we need like
True.
we have yet to get any kind of payout reward.
Right.
etc. And I want to square away. Ideally, I want to use the downtime between this session and the next session to get everything put in the loot tracking sheet, so I can get us all a fixed number of this is how much money we have based on everything we're going to sell. Split 4 ways, so you know what your buying power is over the next 5 days for what you could conceivably get.
and I was also going to need to spend some time sourcing contractors to build up the forward operating base.
So,
Yeah, because we also have to sell a fucking grand piano.
And also have another
I forgot about the
how
fucking
much that
piano.
thing's worth, because I think we're getting shorted.
Well,
I forgot about the fucking piano.
hold on, I did a whole thing about research around the conversion of gold to USD or whatever, based on like other pricing stuff for like bows and stuff. So I found out, I put it in loot maybe a while back.
I remember it happened.
we had a conversation where I tried to use that conversion, and it came out to one of two different numbers. I can't remember what it was or where it was in there, but I remember talking about it at the time. But I should pose this question to everybody: is how much do we care about making sure that Clara Zoot lives?
She just
I
had
would-
her throat slit.
Yeah.
If
Don't pretend that resurrection isn't a real thing, considering we just got.
how long are we paralyzed for?
Well, he said 8 rounds or until we were found.
Okay.
So, but
That's
if
less
you-
than a minute.
8 rounds isn't very long, though.
Yeah, that's less than a
No.
minute.
so I
Yeah,
assume he meant
great.
like long enough to do whatever what needed to be done for her, and then we either pass out or nauseous or something like that. But that's little to no consequence when it comes to a resurrection.
Yeah, because he literally just handed us those scrolls, right?
Well, we could use that to preserve the body until we find somebody, and then a true resurrection costs 10,000 GP.
10?
Oh yeah,
Well, a diamond worth.
well, a diamond worth it. But if we also have to find the spellcaster to do it. But most people sit here and say in Pathfinder it's caster level times spell level times 10 GP for having somebody cast resurrection.
So
All right,
My-
hold on. We won't have to pay. The guild can pay for her. being
yeah,
resurrected.
yeah, that's there is a we need to have a serious conversation about. Okay, it's bureaucracy time.
But before we get into that, I want to close the loop on this. On Amazon, I just searched short bow. They're in the $100 to $200 range. Let's call it 120, because a short bow is worth 30 gold. So presumably, the gold multiplied by 4 is what its cash value in USD is. Yeah.
Okay.
Do grand pianos sell on Amazon?
I would
The Lego model does, and that's expensive.
Well, the grand piano are the ultimate luxury, and they run from anywhere from 20 to 100,000.
All right, so just
Yeah,
divide
let's-
that by 4, and that's what it should be in gold.
How much is a Steinway these days?
So what's that? 4,000 to 25,000 gold is what we can get for that grand piano, I assume.
Yeah, that is more realistic than I think the couple hundred that we were talking about earlier.
So let's see.
Yes.
Yeah,
Steinway
Page would be
pianos.
worth definitely more than a masterwork item for sure.
Okay, so depending on how luxurious you go, the highest a Steinway goes for a base price is 217,300, The lowest it goes for a grand piano is the Steinway S at $86,600.
Okay, but this was just a grand piano in some fucking necromancy house.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's
Yeah,
probably mid to above grade.
Yeah,
So I'd say probably like 5,000 gold.
I think that's fair.
I think it's probably closer to 20,000 because of
Yeah, granted that Steinway is like the Rolls Royce of grand piano.
Well, you have to imagine this guy's been alive for how many
That's a
years?
good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And he's accrued wealth and power and such. So I mean, like, if he wants luxury, he's going to have more than enough time to get the best if he wanted it. So I'd say minimally, it's 25,000 gold's worth. Maximally, it's 50,000+, but we're only probably at best going to see 60% of whatever that price is.
Yeah, and also we're gonna have to find a buyer who's able to put up that purchase price.
Correct. So I mean, at best, we're looking at 15 to probably 35,000-40,000, which is not anything to scoff at.
I think cashing our piano for a true resurrection, easy trade of my life.
Now, that being said, yes, I do believe that the guild, if they want to, will probably. Now, that's assuming that Wholesale doesn't retcon it by saying, oh, he stabbed her with a magical knife that truly destroys her soul, and DMBS. I had somebody hit me in a prior campaign with a ray of disintegration and claim that it completely destroyed me, and I was like, well, the fun fact is if like people remember you enough, you can be like remembered back into existence in some cases.
Nobody sell any bad copper.
So, I mean, I think somebody would be eternally grateful if we made sure that they survived, handless or not.
All right, I'm
Although
back.
I think with
Wholesale, we need to have a conversation about bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy?
Yes. You don't get to murder a head of a major organization and get away with it scot-free. What is the rank and file of the guild that we are a part of? What is the, I guess without lack of a better term, what is the line of succession here? Because like we're not the only squad that coming forth from this guild, right?
No, there are others, and there is a person directly under her who will likely take immediate rank
Okay.
until the other guilds, because it's a big organization, until the head of the entire guild.
Also, we
Can-
decided the piano is worth more than a resurrection, so we're just going to resurrect her.
Yeah. What we decided is that it would be probably within the best interest of the guild to use the guild coffers to pay for a true resurrection. If that didn't,
Yeah,
work,
that's right.
Oh, there is one thing I forgot to mention with her death.
Oh, you bastard!
Not only did she die, when her body hit the ground, lifeless, she transformed into a large bronze dragon.
Wait, a large bronze dragon got one shot by what's her face?
Yeah.
So wait, let me get this straight. How big is this office?
I already did the measurement. It broke some furniture, but she fit.
Yeah, we were just casually sitting across, and then the room exploded with a dead dragon corpse.
Okay. Does that change
I
anything?
feel like
about
this is
the
like a pistol
resurrection?
taking out a tank.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So once again, immediate course of action: use guild coffers to true resurrection.
Possibly.
Well, I think first, yeah, we'd want to preserve
The
the
knife
body.
that she used to kill her was part of Sephiroth's blade, and that's why it was just immediate plot death.
Possibly.
She had been poisoning her for many a moon, subtly, so that when she put in the high concentration, just bleh.
Wouldn't it just
Also
make her
possibly.
That's more believable, actually.
Wouldn't that help build immunity?
Well, it depends on if they're using like different poisons. So, like we can I've never heard somebody gain immunity to arsenic.
What about the Dread Pirate Roberts?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell? Princess Bride would like to know your location.
Yeah, some people have definitely built up tolerances to cyanide as well.
Yeah, you could, but it might also have the same recourse
My
if you
blood is
slowly do it.
perma-runny.
If you feed them small amounts over time and then feed them a massive amount.
Yeah, so I guess to all of this to say, what is the reaction of the guild to the events of what just happened, and that will kind of dictate what the rest of our week looks like, essentially.
Well, initially you are cured, and then the four of you will be separated to be interviewed separately about the
questioning and all that crap.
correct. Reports will be made, reports will be sent off to the main guild office, per se. Imagine it as if a corporation. There's
Yeah.
You will be found of no wrongdoing, probably
Okay.
within the 5 to 7 day range. You will be placed under a certain amount of house arrest, per se. You're stuck in the guild, and mostly in your rooms. You'll be in separate rooms. You'll be fed. You'll be treated with care. If anyone were to turn invisible and leave and be found gone, it will not look favorable.
Yeah, Demiris.
Why would you say that?
Hey, what the fuck? Why would you say that? I don't go invisible.
Who knows? Maybe you forgot.
Your stories will be checked and double checked.
So they're gonna send like a person back to like try and figure out what if in fact we did go to Elthad, do all those things.
Relevant will be contacted. For his correlation for the party. Which will ultimately exonerate you from the deed that was happened.
Okay.
Probably after a week and a half, you'll have your full exoneration. And then you will be tasked with, while they figure out if the guild will be bringing back Clara.
What do you mean, if?
If.
I mean, if they're a
You'll be
bronze
tasked with
dragon, that's
going
a-
to High Keep to report the completion of the work at that time. And if pushed and prodded at, you'll be told that those guild matters are above your head.
Are we getting paid?
Oh my god.
We will be from High
Someone,
Keep.
someone had to be asking the question. I suppose.
I refuse to not put any effort into trying to revive Clara Zoot.
And
I want that stated.
Yeah.
I don't care what high command says. I'm doing it.
It's fine. I can go invisible. We can do a body part heist in the future if we need to then resurrect her on her own. For the
Yeah,
low cost of 1 grand piano, we'll be fine.
One very well kept and nice grand piano.
To answer your question, Levi, we are getting a good payday from High Keep.
Yep, we're all not getting executed.
Wholesale told me this yesterday.
Yes. Which that would be explained. That upon your
You get
return,
up there.
you were to debrief with the guild and then travel to High Keep for the job's pay.
Immediately, are we traveling to High Keep?
That was the
I
plan, but
assume-
again, you're delayed a week and a half.
But we're going to actually RP that next session, yes?
Yes, that's where we'll be picking up.
Spoiler alert. The king and queen are just going to be like, all right, here's your reward. High fives. High fives for everybody.
Would I have time or the capabilities to do anything with secret project operating forward operating base?
Yeah, you would. There. Well,
Yeah, the way
Probably-
you described it doesn't seem like it.
probably not. They're not going to necessarily confiscate stuff, but your rooms will be enchanted to nullify probably most magics. Some
Get like a book or something.
Put doorknob on.
I'm going to be kind of a jerk about like running through books on books on books. Because like if I've got nothing to do but sit in this room, I'm reading.
during your stay, they will bring you 2 books a day, and they will tell you make them last. Oh no, they'll bring you 2 books per meal. They'll take whatever you read and bring you 2 more,
That's reasonable.
or bring you replacements. So they basically will wheel up a little for each of you. They'll wheel up with a cart with your food on it, with a little, and underneath it will have stacks of books that you can choose from. They're going to be nothing extravagant. It's all going to be probably fiction or historical books of whatever they pick.
Go. Alright. Well, that bites.
But through the time, you'll find out that Ellie did take Gregor's book.
What was the book I wanted? Alright, well if we're cleared.
You're cleared.
Kith, are you like done?
Guess it's done.
Uh,
His guest spot is over.
Guest spot is over.
Ooh.
Not saying
Thanks for playing.
he won't come back in the future or not. It's unclear, but
We shall see.
as it
We
stands,
will always,
he is done.
we will always have Helldivers together.
Yes. Hopefully after the next patch.
Yes, hopefully up the next patch.
Just so you guys know, I will be out of the state in 2 weeks.
I am
Well-
leaving for Spain on Tuesday and will be gone basically until September, so
Damn.
or sorry, October.
We won't have Helldivers.
I'll get back. Yeah, I get back like it's on like the 28th or something, but that's like a couple of weeks I think after when the patch is supposed to happen. So when I get back, we should definitely play.
If they haven't, fucked the game even harder.
Yeah, if the patch hasn't caused the entire thing to sink.
Yeah.
Feel like they're getting real close to that.
Yeah, they're definitely. There should be
Flirting with
somebody in that development part should be stuck. Oh shit, my ship!
It's okay, guys. They'll release a 5th message from the CEO of our bad. We'll listen to you this time for reals. We'll fix it in another 60 days. We promise. Pinky promise this time.
Pinky promise. Yep.
We're gonna Japanese pinky promise it.
Go
I can change.
bring
I
your
can change.
Somebody's
Cap-
losing a pinky if they extend it.
during your captivity.
You become.
If there's any
domesticated.
type of questions you want to try to fish out of the person who is coming by each day, think them up. We can do some rolls on if you can gather any information from it. Through your interrogations, you'll find out the book is gone.
Mhm.
So,
They bring you into a room, Averil. There's only a single light cast down over you. Suddenly, a man in a dark figure and wearing a black cowl looks at you and says, "Where's the book at?"
the torture they do with Avril, they just slowly tear pages out of a book while making eye contact.
What they don't tell you is it's a blank book and has nothing.
The
written
book
on
had
it.
a family.
The torture
Actually-
for me is offering me books every meal.
They just put Muffinita
God.
in a room
just-
with nothing but books. Furniture's made out of books. Table out of books. The light
What
is
are you
surrounded
talking
by
about?
books. A book is
Hey.
light.
Hey, Locke, Ruffinita's room is the book storage room.
To torture Demirius. He
set
just
a
puts him in the
cot
room
it.
with Israel.
Oh, we'd be fine.
I'm bouncing out of here. Later, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Later.
I have to
Are we
admit,
gonna-
your guys' reaction to Ellie's betrayal, that's going to give me fuel for a while.
I had plans, you fucker. Well, Kith, it
Bum,
has
bum,
been
bum.
fun playing
has
with
been
you,
fun.
and I'm glad that you were able to stay for the extra 5 months on top of what we initially thought you might be here for, based on just how slow we go.
Yup. I really enjoyed role playing with you guys. It was a lot of fun. It also was delightful to have like a low plot character.
Like,
Like,
you were pivotal.
just like I didn't have to worry about too much. It's just kind of like, got to role play a fun character, goof around with my bear buddy.
Yeah.
It was a blast. I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad. You got to be a badass and a clown ass.
Definitely. Oh man, that last fight, I was sweating towards the end. I was like rationing spell slots because I knew there was still a boss coming.
Well, that was the point of the waves, is I wanted you guys to deplete a lot of what you had going into it. Because again, I had plans that you guys were going to do a mid combat level to find some of that hidden power within you. But no, you had to 3-shot the boss.
I
I'm
mean, by the
not
time we got to
sorry.
by the time we got to the boss, like we were more or less tapped out, and we were dropping too. Like, I don't know. I thought we were close to the end of the rope by the time we dropped. Like, yeah, we dropped him in 3 shots, but we kind of had to.
Yeah, we were getting our butts beaten.
This is what we said.
We
Yeah,
have
shit
all.
posting.
We're all waiting. Is this what you said?
It's we have it in shit posting.
We have a Hulk.
I'm not really a Hulk though.
You were big. You got bigger. You got
You were
angry.
big.
You got
You-
bigger. Hulk.
You grew 3 sizes that day.
I thought this is what you said.
Not. Not.
All right. I am going to jump into poop group and go make a quick snack and boot up Baldur's Gate.
I am.
Oh,
Okie
shit,
dokie.
yeah.
Have
Okay.
fun, you guys.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
Alias Kith. GG's.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
All right. Bye for
Nothing
now,
but
friends.
good times.
Bye.